what separates the dreamers from the doers? Because it's not talent. It's certainly not connections. It is not even courage. It's this, the ability to make the next right move so ridiculously small that your brain can't find an excuse in order to avoid it. By the end of this episode, you're going to understand why the most successful entrepreneurs aren't the ones taking massive action. No, they're the ones who've mastered the art of taking tiny, unstoppable actions every single day. And I'm going to give you the exact 2-minute framework that's rewiring how smart people build their lives and their businesses going into 2026.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
What is up? What is up? What the hell is up, my fellow success seekers? Welcome back to another episode of Your Success DNA, that humble podcast for my aspiring people out there, my aspiring entrepreneurs and 9-to-5 escapees, where each episode delivers mindset shifts, habit upgrades, and a little dose of rebellion, a little sprinkle of rebellion in there for you to help you break away from the convention that's going on out there and help you build a life and a business that's aligned with your version of success. And if you know someone who dreams of maybe ditching the grind and still making time for personal development, a little self-help out there, then you might want to forward this episode to them. Okay, so in today's episode, first, I'm going to show you why your brain is literally wired to sabotage your big, hairy, audacious goals, and how the 2-minute rule exploits the neurological loophole that makes action inevitable instead of optional. Second, we're going to dive into the 3-phase system that transforms any overwhelming task into a series of micro commitments that your brain just cannot seem to resist. And third, I'm going to give you the exact framework that's helping thousands of would-be folks out there, especially the would-be entrepreneurs, to finally bridge the gap between knowing what to do and actually getting the shit done without relying on motivation and without relying on willpower. Yeah, okay. Here's the truth, and I think this is going to sting a little bit. You, my friend, you are not stuck because you do not know what to do. Most of us know what to do. You are probably, quite probably, which is why you're listening here, stuck because you're trying to do too damn much all at the same time. And your brain sees things like start a business or reach some financial goal and immediately starts to calculate the energy, the cost, the website, the business plan, the marketing strategy, the legal setup, blah, blah, blah. Everything else is going to go on, and it just shuts down before you are even able to begin. But what if I told you that the most successful people out there aren't the ones taking massive action? And I love me some Tony Robbins and his massive action plan. No, they are the ones who've cracked the code on making progress inevitable. Let me tell you about Marcus. Marcus was a software engineer at a Fortune 500 company, pulling in 6 figures, right? That's pretty good. But he was dying inside. Every night, he would come home with these grand plans to work on his SaaS idea, software as a service. For those who don't know what SaaS means, he would sit down, he'd open up his laptop, and he would stare at a blank screen, and the cursor just kind of taunting him. And he would think about everything that he needed to do: market research, competitive analysis, frameworks, coding, testing, customer surveys, the whole 9 yards. 2 hours later, he would close his laptop, having done nothing but scroll LinkedIn and watch YouTube videos about entrepreneurship. All right, is this resonating with anybody out there? Raise your hand if so have I, okay? So if this sounds familiar, stick around and lean in a little bit, because Marcus, maybe you, was trapped in what I call the analysis paralysis with a little side dish of overwhelm. Yeah, it's even worse than just analysis paralysis. He was hitting himself up with a little overwhelm. He knew exactly what he needed to do. Heck, he did it as a career. But the mountain of his goal felt too big to climb. Then Marcus discovered something that changed everything. Instead of trying to work on his business for 2 hours every night, he committed to 2 minutes. Not 2 hours, not 20 minutes, 2 minutes. Day 1, he spent 2 minutes writing down 3 potential business names, and that's it. He stopped. Day 2, he spent 2 minutes researching on competitors' pricing pages and stopped. Day 3, he spent 2 minutes sketching out a rough wireframe on a napkin while he was having dinner. Yeah, see, here's what happened. On day 4, Marcus found himself working for about 20 minutes. On day 7, he worked for an hour. And within 3 weeks, he had a working prototype. Within 6 months, he had his first paying customer. And within 18 months, he had replaced his entire corporate salary. And I told you he was doing pretty good, okay? The magic, my friends, I want you to realize, was not in the 2 minutes. The magic was in what those 2 minutes unlocked. And that is momentum. You see, Marcus's brain stopped seeing work on your business as this massive energy draining task. Okay. It wasn't this gauntlet that needed to be run or this marathon he had to get to the end of. He started seeing it as tiny, almost laughably easy things that he could do each and every day. And once he started, well, the hardest part was stopping. Yeah, there you go. Okay. So let's break this down into a system that you can use as soon as you're done listening to this podcast. I'm going to call this the micro framework. Micro is an acronym because I know how much you love those acronyms. M is for minimize the commitment. Take whatever task is intimidating you and shrink it down to something that you can do in just a couple of minutes or even less. Not 20 minutes, not 2 minutes and 30 seconds, not 3 minutes. Get it to the point where you can get it done in 2 minutes. Your brain needs to believe that it is almost effortless. Let me give you some examples. Instead of create a business plan, commit to write down 3 business ideas. Simple, easy, 2 minutes. Instead of clean the whole house, commit to wiping down the counter. Yeah? Instead of build a website, commit to researching 1 domain name. Okay. Instead of start a podcast, because I know many of you are out there thinking about it, commit to record a 30-second voice memo about 1 topic. Now, I get it. That one's going to take a little more than 2 minutes. Well, actually, it won't. It's only 30 seconds. You could do that just riffing. Got it? Cool.
Your Success DNA podcast. Your success is in your DNA.
I is for identify the gateway action. Every single big, hairy ass, audacious goal out there has a gateway action. It is the smallest possible step that opens the door to everything else. Your job is to find that gateway and to make it your next 2-minute commitment. The gateway action to starting a newsletter, write 1 subject line. The gateway action to launching a course, write 3 bullet points to your lessons. The gateway action to building your audience online, write 1 tweet. See, it's ridiculously simple, okay? C is create the trigger. You need a specific time and you need a specific place for your 2-minute action. Very specific, nail it down, because vague intentions create vague results, okay? I want you to go from a statement like, I will work on my business sometime today, to, I'm going to spend 2 minutes on my business idea right after I pour my morning coffee. See, you've gone from vague to very, very specific, and it's 2 freaking minutes. Heck, you could say, I'm going to spend 2 minutes on my business idea while I'm sitting on the pot. Okay, I know. Probably not a visual you want, but you get me. Okay, R is for resist the urge to do more. And this is crucial. When you feel the momentum building, and you will, resist the urge to keep going. I want you to stop at 2 minutes. And I know this sounds counterintuitive, but this is how you train your brain to crave the activity instead of fearing it. Yeah, and that's very important. Okay. O is for optimize through repetition. Do this for 7 days straight. Same time, same trigger, same 2-minute commitment. After 7 days, you can start to gradually increase the time, but only if you want to. Most people find that once they start, they naturally want to continue. Okay. And speaking of naturally starting and building momentum, if this episode is hitting a little different for you and you're thinking, damn, this is exactly what I needed to hear, then you'll need to get on my email newsletter list. Okay. It's the Unleash Your DNA newsletter. This is where we share additional mindset shifts and habit upgrades and even more doses of rebellion to all my success seekers and aspiring entrepreneurs that are out there, even my 9-to-5 escapees that are looking to build a life aligned with your version of success. Whatever it is, I don't need to define it. That's your job. Okay. Each week, I'm going to send out tactical insights that challenge conventional wisdom, but still, I want to give you the tools so that you can think sharper, act bolder, and live better. No fluff, no fake motivation, just real strategies for real transformation. Go ahead and head over to yoursuccessdna.com and join the people who are done playing small. Okay, now let's zoom out a little bit, shall we? I'm going to tell you why this matters at a much deeper level. We, my friends, are living in an age where information is infinite, but attention is finite, right? The massive amounts of information has become available to us is almost uncalculable. I'm sure it is calculable, but I don't know the math equation for it. Meanwhile, at the same time, our attention span has gone down, some say smaller than a goldfish, okay? The people who win are not the ones that have access to the best information. We all have that. The winners, they are the ones who've mastered the art of consistent and focused attention. And here's what's really happening. We're witnessing a fundamental shift in how success is being built. The old model, I think, was all about big launches, massive efforts, and dramatic transformations. The new model, the one that actually works in our distracted, overwhelmed world, is about micro-consistency and compounded momentum. This connects directly to what we talked about in the last episode about embracing your inner imposter. Remember that? If you didn't, go check it out. Remember how I said that imposter syndrome is often your brain recognizing that you are about to level up. Well, the 2-minute rule is how you level up despite that voice in your head. And when that imposter voice says something like, oh, I don't know, who are you to start a family? Who are you to start a business? You can come back and say, well, I am someone who spends 2 minutes a day working on my dream. Yeah. The most successful people are not the ones taking massive action. They are the ones who are taking their small, consistent actions every single day. This is part of a bigger paradigm shift happening right now. We're moving from a world that rewards intensity to a world that rewards consistency. Even think about some of the social media algorithms out there. Yeah, you hear them all the time. Be consistent, post consistently, yada, yada, yada. I think you need to post good stuff consistently, because if you post caca consistently, but that's a whole nother podcast. Anyway, we're moving from a world that celebrates the sprint to a world that celebrates the marathon. Yeah, now you have to change your pace for a marathon, right? Your ability to take small, consistent action isn't just a productivity hack. I don't want you to get this wrong. It is your competitive advantage in a world full of people waiting for that perfect moment to arrive so that they can begin. All right, so here, let me give you your whiskered wisdom for this week. The next time you catch yourself procrastinating on something important, heck, it doesn't even need to be something important. It could be something insignificant. Don't try to force yourself to do the whole damn thing at that time. Instead, ask yourself, what is the smallest version of this that I could do right now? But wait, hold on. Here is your specific action step. And this is different from the framework that I just shared. So lean in. Give me your ear. Got it? Okay, cool. Right after this episode ends, I want you to grab a piece of paper and write down the one dream that has been sitting in the back of your mind. It could be an entrepreneurial dream. It could be a spiritual dream. It could be a relationship dream. That one thing that you keep thinking about, but you're not acting on. Then, underneath it, write the smallest possible action that you could take toward that dream in the next 2 minutes. Not tomorrow, not next week, in the next 2 minutes. Then, set a timer and do it. Don't think about it. Don't plan it. Don't research it. Don't mull over it. Just do the damn thing. Do the smallest possible version of it for 2 minutes. Because here's the secret. You don't need to see the whole staircase to take the first step towards your dream. And that first step, no matter how small, can change everything. Okay? Listen, in a world full of people with big dreams and tiny actions, I don't want you to be one of them. The world needs what you're building, but it needs you to actually get off your butt and build it. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop waiting for the perfect plan or that perfect feeling. Start with 2 minutes. Start with today. And start with right now. Your future self is counting on the choices that you make in the next 2 minutes. Make them count. Think successfully and take action.
Thanks for listening to Your Success DNA podcast. Whether you're starting out or you're a seasoned entrepreneur, we have the tools and inspiration that you need to take your life to the next level. So stay tuned for more game-changing advice in our upcoming episodes. And hey, before you go, a quick reminder to check out our past episodes of Your Success DNA for more inspiring stories and practical advice. And if you've loved what you heard, leave us a review and share this podcast with your friends and colleagues. Let's all level up our lives together, shall we? Remember, your success is in your DNA.